Last November we were given the unique opportunity to do a full-size live sculpture of Dubai Millennium, Sheikh Mohammed's favourite racehorse. So this is the story of us delivering what we called the Millennium moment.
This is the image of Dubai Millennium that we chose to create the life-size portrait of Dubai Millennium as he crossed the line in the year 2000 Dubai World Cup. It's not very often that people see a frozen moment in 3 dimensions of a moving horse, so this was the task that faced us. So the first thing we did was to make a quarter life-size model, which we could then scale up to make the final portrait. So from this point, we had all the information we needed to then create the life-size version. There's a substructure inside the horse, which is the main metal armature. Attached to that are thinner sections of metal, like this, and it's clad in polystyrene and chicken wire to take away some of the weight and the bulk, because there are 40 bags of clay on this already. We're trying to create the exact anatomy of Dubai Millennium. So from this image, and in conjunction with the anatomy books, we've built up the clay until it's become the portrait that you see here. This is the body of the jockey Frankie Dettori, which will be on the horse. We took a load of photographs when we had the sitting with him in Newmarket, so we're now recreating the body. As a final check, and just to make sure that we really do have all the details right in the portrait of Dubai Millennium, stud director from Darley Stud, Liam O'Rourke, is coming on Monday, so fingers crossed.
Probably at a stage now, it's very easy to get it wrong.
Today, we've been concentrating on the feet, which, of course, for a racehorse are very different to a horse you might have in a Stubbs book, for instance, which was not done on racehorses. And so we've been changing the length of the foot here. We've been talking about the generosity of the eye of this horse, and he has an exceptional, generous eye. I think they've done an absolutely amazing job, I really mean that, and they've been such nice people to work with.
Today we've been smoothing everything out and getting all the surface to match up, and then we've been adding veins.
Really defining the tendons, ready for hair texturing, and then the mould will go on tomorrow, so we could be here quite late tonight. We took some impressions from a horse who'd just recently been clipped to see just what the hair looked like when it was in something hard rather than on the surface of a horse. So we found that rather than applying any hair to the surface, which I think would look like a raggedy piece of taxidermy, it seemed better to sculpt the hair texture and then to colour into it. And these are some of the samples that we've come up with to see how the hair will look when treated with different contours.
Each horse has got a unique hair pattern. Where the hair changes direction, you get a whirl, and you can use these markings to identify the horse, kind of like a fingerprint. What we've done here is we've marked out the whirls using screws. So as we're drawing out the general direction of the hair, we know where each whirl is, and that way we can incorporate that into the hair.
What we've done is we divided it all up using shim, and what this does is it just basically divides the mould up so we can take it off in pieces. After that we apply a gel coat, which is this, which is a form of plastic. That gives a really good detail on the inside of the mould. And then after that we back it up with this, which is fiberglass. What we're going to do, we're going to paint a gel coat into the mould. And that's basically a thick plastic which will reproduce the detail. On top of that, we're going to put chop strand to take away any lumps and bumps. And then straight on top of the wet chop strand, we're going to lay matte. The matte will go solid and that will form a hard shell inside the gel coat. So the detail will be on the outside and all the strength will be hidden inside. Since the last time, what we've done is we've stuck all the separate pieces of the mould together. So we've ended up with a solid horse with inside the mould. So then we've demoulded the horse. We took the moulds off every bit, piece by piece, and we end up with this one. What we need to do now is weld it down onto its base so it ends up being in the right position, and then it will be finished and ready for painting.
The base coat is on the horse, and our job is to now build up the colour in layers. So we start with a lively colour, and once that's dry we gradually add further glazes which get darker and darker to maintain the liveliness from within. We're using tiny brushes for detail on the face, but as we glaze we use, funnily enough, horsehair brushes amongst others, big brushes. And we choose oil paints because of the depth in the colour. Following that, we varnish the horse to protect it and to create the best sheen.
Tonight we've actually got to the most exciting part where all the bits are finished. We're now going to put them together, make sure it all looks great, and then we're going to put it in the box and ship it out to Dubai tomorrow. So here we are in Dubai, we've got it all installed and we're hours away now from the unveiling. But last night we were very privileged to have a private viewing from Sheikh Mohammed, who came and saw it and gave us the thumbs up and thought it was absolutely fantastic. This morning we have his son, Prince Hamdan, coming in with Frankie Dettori and the trainer to do the final unveiling in front of the crowd here, where we're all anticipating a fantastic reception.